Hey guys, so this is going to be things to consider and do's and don'ts when dyeing your own hair at home. So I thought I'd do this just because, give some tips and everything like that. So the first one, the number one rule, which I see time and time again, is people from dark hair trying to dye their hair, bleach their hair to blonde or bleach it so they can have a pastel color in it. Now, first off, you're insane. Because if you want to go blonde, you need to go to your hairdresser because you're just doing more damage than good. Like, I see some videos on YouTube that makes me cringe so much. Like, some of them will get to that blonde, but the amount of times they bleach their hair in one sitting is amazing. It's, are you insane? Like, you're completely you're insane. Let's just put it that way. And then there's people who, again, they're bleaching the hair, hoping to go pastel. Jeez, to go pastel, it is probably the hardest colour, because your hair literally has to be as light as possible. Again, you can only get that at a hairdresser, and some hairdressers may even say to you, your hair's way too dark, we're not going to be able to do it. Or if you do it, it's going to be the slowest process ever. But like, you lot are all insane. Like, I bleach my hair, but I bleach my hair once, and that's when I'm gonna put a dye on top of my hair just so that colour is a lot more brighter. But I don't bleach my hair expecting it to be blonde because, again, I'm not insane. If I wanted to go blonde, which, don't get me wrong, I have been thinking about it, I will go to the hairdresser and do it because it's just not worth it. Like, it's just not worth it. Just damaging my hair completely. Just not worth it. Now, on the same lines, I see a lot of people, especially with bleach, I sometimes see it with hair dye as well, people leaving it longer than they're supposed to. Just leaving it longer than you're supposed to is not going to make the colour any brighter, or it's not going to, make your hair even blonder. It's going to make your hair fall out. You're a lot insane. Like, I don't know if people understand, but bleach and hair dyes have chemicals in it, and these chemicals are not good for your hair. When it says to leave it for that time, there's a reason why. I mean, leaving it fresh for 5 minutes is not going to do anything, but leaving it fresh for 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why there's guidelines in there. If you keep it in for longer, your hair will probably fall out. Again, some people will say, well, I've left it longer, my hair's not fallen out. Fine, but your hair is probably wrecked. It is probably wrecked. So that's one tip. Just, why do people do that? The next thing is try and use a shampoo and conditioner for coloured hair, just because obviously it helps, not only helps keep the colour locked into your hair, it also protects your hair from the UV lights, the UV rays from the sun. I use Garnier as a shampoo, and for the conditioner I use L'Oreal. So yeah, that's one important thing. So make sure you use either one of them. If you're gonna only pick one of them, I'd say the conditioner, at least for coloured hair. So there's that. Next thing is, I see people dyeing hair over coloured hair, over coloured hair, over coloured hair, over coloured hair. So, for example, someone's got, I don't know, red hair and they want blue hair, and they put blue hair dye on it, and it doesn't turn out the colour that it's turned out to be. Well, that's probably because it's mixed in and think about it like paint. When you mix paint together, you're obviously, when you mix, you're gonna get a different colour from what the box is. I mean, as I said, some will say, well, sometimes it does turn out the colour on the box, but to be on the safe side, it's better to use a hair removal product, not hair removal product, hair colour removal. I know they literally smell a fart, but it does its job. It just removes all the colour out of your hair so you can put a new dye on your natural hair colour, or if you've bleached your hair, it reverts it back to the bleach stage. What else was I going to say? But yeah, it's better than to just put coloured dye onto coloured dye. Another thing as well is people bleaching their hair colour out. Again, there's this thing called hair colour removal. Why the hell are you using bleach to, like, who, like, I don't understand who thought it was clever to try and bleach red hair dye out, or blue hair dye out, or what? Like, it's just not gonna work. Just use hair colour remover. That one cringes me a lot, because they could have cut out all that hassle. Like, all that hassle. Just why, guys? Just why? But yeah, that's about it, guys. I can't actually think of anything else. And the more I talk, the more it hurts. I've still got like a stuffy nose, and my flu symptoms have sort of disappeared, but my eyes are still quite watery. But yeah, I think that's about it. What I was gonna say, really. So those are just tips. I've just realised these are not. There's only like one tip in there that's positive. The rest are like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. But what you gonna do? But as I said, if you're 100% is better, really, is to go to your hair salon, because you're going to get the best results. But these are just tips if you do want to dye your hair at home, because it is cheaper to do it. Another thing I wanted to point out is, especially red hair dye, because like dyes you get from the shop, they can be quite like, is it more metals in it? Something like that, where it's hard to get out your hair, especially red. Red is horrible to try to get out your hair. Is sometimes when you decide to go to a hair salon, your hairstylist probably hates you because they're going to try and get this red out. Because sometimes, like, I've seen Guy Tang struggle getting Buck's hair dye out of someone's hair. But yeah, it's another thing to consider. But yeah, so that's it for this video. So bye, guys. It's just that people, just to point out, just people seem to forget that hair dye, bleach are chemicals. It's legal chemicals you can buy off the shelf, which some hairdressers will agree with, some won't. But as I said, some people don't really treat them like they are chemicals, and then that's when things sort of tend to go wrong. Another tip as well is make sure your goddamn windows are open when you're using bleach and hair dye. Personally, I have to, because otherwise I just get headaches, like full on headaches. I'm quite sensitive to chemicals, so the windows are wide open. But that's another tip just to stop you from passing out. So bye, guys.